All right, guys. The Miami Heat lose game 4, 102-96. Really, really tough game to lose because they were close and they were in the lead for a lot of this game, but the Lakers took advantage of opportunities at the end, and the Heat just didn't. There were times when we were up like 7, 6, 5, and we had chances to extend this lead, but they didn't take them. And honestly, that really hurts because we got Bam Adebayo back in this game. Obviously, we didn't have Dragic because it doesn't look like he's going to be able to return with that torn plantar fascia. But I drank a lot of wine for this game. Just being straight honest with you, I drank a lot of wine for this game, and I don't know. I thought I was gonna feel better afterwards because I'm feeling a little good, but it hurts a little more. It hurts a little more because I feel like we really had a chance to pull this game out and tie the series up 2-2, but man, we just didn't. We won that second quarter. We lost every other quarter, but man, this game was so close, but it just didn't work out for us. I know the lighting's kind of weird because I'm in the living room and I have the light right over me, but I just wanted to do a quick little a little reaction to this game because I just feel like I just need to, but man, it just really sucks. It really, really sucks. You got a really good game from Bam Adebayo. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I wanted to do this quick video because I'm still doing notes for my podcast. I'm almost done with it though. But thank you for setting up the light in my room. That's my girlfriend, coming through for me. But yeah, so the Heat are down 3-1. Don't know what else to say about that, but they have their backs against the wall. We doesn't look like we're going to be getting Dragic back. We're going to have to go with this team. Jay Crowder continues to struggle from deep. Duncan Robinson played a little bit better, but I mean, there was 1-3 where he was really lucky to go in. I feel like we needed to see more Andre Iguodala in this game, more Kelly Olynyk, because I felt whenever he was in the game, he was productive. And they went with Bam, and he was really good in this game. But when it comes to just getting a bucket, Kelly Olynyk, I feel, is better in that situation. And I know it's really tough to play Kelly and Bam in the same lineup because they're gonna attack Kelly Olynyk pretty much every single time. But this just really, really, really sucks. I'm hurting in this game because I was actually alive. I was a virtual fan in this game. I kind of left towards the end of the fourth quarter because I didn't want to have to look at my laptop the whole time. I wanted to look at the TV. But man, I was just let me turn this off because maybe you guys might be able to hear the audio on the TV. But let's go over some of the stats that we saw that I saw in this game. So for the Lakers, LeBron absolutely balled. He 28 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists, 8 for 16, 2 for 5 from the 3-point line. Anthony Davis, 22 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 8 of 16 as well, 2 of 4 from the 3-point line. So they got what they needed from their star players, but then you still got 15 from Caldwell Pope. You got 10 from Green, 9 from Marcus Morris. Rondo gave you 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Kuzma 9, Caruso 7. They got scores from their other players, and that kind of felt like the difference. Like whenever they were trying to get the ball out of LeBron's hands or AD's hands, their other guys were coming through with crucial plays down the stretch and throughout this game really, and that kind of became the difference for us. For the Heat. You got 22, 10, and 9 from Butler. Didn't really, score super aggressively. And I feel like that was the biggest difference from game 3 to game 4. I mean, I know with Bam, he doesn't feel like he needs to be as aggressive, but we need that super aggressive Jimmy Butler. And I know I'm probably being a little too, I'm asking for too much because he did get the Lakers did change things defensively on him. They put Anthony Davis on him, and that obviously changes things up. But like, he needs to be aggressive from the 3-point line as well. Like, he shoots threes sometimes, but in this game, he literally, I don't think he took a single three. He took 3. My bad. He took 3 threes, and he didn't make a single one. So obviously he didn't feel comfortable doing that throughout this game. But man, we needed a big time Jimmy game. And we got some solid minutes from Bam. I mean, he had 15 points, 7 rebounds. Tyler Hero scored 21 points. I know he had a really historic game where he scored. This was his 9th straight game with 10th straight game with 10 plus points in the playoffs. Tied for the most in NBA history. Huge accomplishment for Tyler Hero. But there were some shots that he took that were kind of, like, I don't know what he was doing. But the thing is, then he makes some other ones that I was like, oh, shit, like, what are you doing? But then he makes them, and I'm like, all right, I mean, that's just what he does. So you got to live with that, because this Lakers defense is really good. When they really get down and focus and get there, and focus on everything that we're doing and take away all our actions, that just gets really, really tough. It's really hard to take away because they have a lot of long defenders. They didn't have as many good individual defenders as Boston, but in terms of as a team, they do play really good defense. So that is where I didn't really expect, and I thought Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero were going to be able to get really good 3-point shots off of those, Bam dribble handoffs. I was wrong. I didn't anticipate the Lakers being able to shut that down so much. And that is honestly, I feel like that honestly has been the biggest thing in this series. The fact that the Lakers have been able to take that out of our game plan. Because I haven't felt once like that Duncan Robinson or Tyler Hero have been able to come off of those dribble handoffs and just been able to shoot easy. I feel like we got more of that off of Boston Celtics. The Lakers are just shutting that down completely and forcing somebody else to really make a play. But the thing is, that is our offense in the end. Like if we're able to get those guys, going and getting those 3-point shots, that really facilitates everything else on our offense. And they have shut that down, and it's effectively, shut down the offense. I mean, you see today we only scored 96 points, and that's really tough. That's not going to cut it against this Lakers team because, we played good defense. We held them to 102 points. You hold the Lakers to 102 points, and you are hoping you get a win in this game. But that just didn't happen. The Lakers played amazing defense against us. Switching Davis onto Jimmy Butler clearly, made him hesitate in some areas. And when you saw Jimmy Butler would drive to the hole and Anthony Davis was blocking his shots. I believe he had like 4 blocks in this game, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check that again. He had 4 blocks and a steal. I mean, Anthony Davis, he's one of the best defensive players in the league. Second in voting in the Defensive Player of the Year voting award, and he showed that tonight. And honestly, that was ultimately the difference because the Heat got to the free throw line more, didn't shoot it as well as they have in the other games. They shot 81% compared to 90 over the last 2 games. And the 3-point shot, man, that's it. I mean, the Lakers shot 39, not as many as they did in the first 2 games. They were kind of like trying to get it into the paint a bit more. They did just shoot. They shot 42-point attempts to 39 3-point attempts. So the Heat still got them into the offense that they wanted the Lakers to go. They wanted them to shoot 3-pointers, and they did. But they made at least, 35% of them? Let me check that again. They made, 36% of them. They made 14 3-pointers. The Heat shot 11. I don't think there's been one game that the Heat have outshot the Lakers from the 3-point line. And that's been our biggest strength all season. So, honestly, it just sucks. I mean, again, we get out-rebounded. We get out-assisted. And honestly, all season, what's one of the biggest things that the Heat have done? They've been such a great passing team, getting assists, and they keep getting out-assisted. This is like the second – no, I think every single game they've been out-assisted by the Lakers, and that just can't happen. So, yeah, I don't really know what else to say about this game. It hurts. I feel like the Heat had a major chance to get back into this, a couple possessions here and there down the stretch that didn't go our way, just kind of decided the game for us. And can I just say 1 second, me being a little bit tipsy kind of adds to it, but I cannot stand LeBron James crying to the refs every single play. I'm just going to add that in there. I cannot stand that. That is one of the most annoying things to watch. I know he did that a bit or a lot when he was here with the Miami Heat, but just overall as a Heat, as a player, it's like, dude, you're one of the best. Yeah, I know. It's just you're one of the best players in the NBA, one of the best players of all time. Fucking chillax, man. Like, relax. Like, you cry on literally every single play. Whether, even when there's fouls called for him, he's like, why didn't you call that earlier? Or stuff like that. That is literally the most annoying thing, and whatever. It's just, I felt like the officiating was fine in this game. I don't feel like it was, favored in any one way. I feel like the Heat obviously got some calls, but the Lakers also got a few calls themselves. And overall, this was a very competitive game. It was fun to watch. No team really had a huge edge. Like, the Lakers got up by 7 a few times, but in the end, they come out on top 102-96 and have a 3-1 lead in the series. However, it is not over. The Heat still have a chance to come back. They just go on to the next game, one game at a time. However, do have to remember, only one team has ever come back from a 3-1 deficit in the finals, and that was led by LeBron James when he took the Cleveland Cavaliers past the Warriors in that 2016 finals. So the odds are heavily stacked against the Miami Heat, especially without no Goran Dragic, but this team doesn't know how to quit. So they come in game 5, try their hearts out, and see what happens. So that's going to end it for today's video. Hit that like button if you guys enjoyed this video, and subscribe for any future Miami content. Guarantee you guys the production will look a lot better than this. It was just a quick video just to give you guys some, what I thought about this game. So have a great night. Take it easy.